Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another episode of Build Fix. In today's episode, I finally bought myself a 350Z. You'll notice something different. Of course, the front end resembles a GTR 35. The front end is actually a custom-made fiberglass bumper kit along with its rear diffuser. As you can see, the headlights are not really clear and has a lot of salty appearance, which is what I'm going to try to fix today. Overall, the front bumper is in a mint condition with a few noticeable cracks, which I will fix in the upcoming episodes. Now let's look into the headlight and wash the surface with some water to have an idea of how the headlights might look in a washed up condition. So this is how the headlights actually look right now. So let's begin the restoration process. For that, first of all, we will start off by masking the areas which we do not want to treat so that we protect the paint from unnecessary scratches and dents. As you can see, I have masked off both the headlights and now it's time to start prepping one side. I'm going to start using sandpapers of different grits starting from 220, 400, 1000 and 1200. I cut them up in square pieces so that I can use it for sanding the headlight surface. I will first start washing the headlights again so that there are no particles big enough that might result in deep scratches. Now, as soon as I start scratching the surface with a 220 grit sandpaper, you will notice that a lot of debris and dirt comes off right away as soon as I start the process of sanding. I'm going to speed up the process of sanding for a while and you will see that I move on continuously from a 220 grit sandpaper to a 400 grit sandpaper. Notice the direction of sanding here. Our main objective here is to get a surface as smooth as possible. I will also keep washing the surface of the headlights very often so that the sanded off particles are washed away before we move forward with more sanding and we keep removing the top layer of the headlight. Now it's time to use a finer sandpaper, which is a 400 grit sandpaper, and we'll start repeating the same process as before while also making sure that we keep washing the headlights repeatedly and we randomize our directions of sanding. Now I will use a finer grit sandpaper, which is a 1000 grit, because my objective here is to get a surface as smooth as possible. Now finally I will use the 1200 grit sandpaper so that I can get my desired level of smoothness of the surface. you can already notice that there are not much dirt or debris coming out anymore because we have already cleared them out, and now the objective is just to smoothen out the surface as much as we can so that we can then directly wait for it to dry up. Now let's see the difference between both the headlights. After sanding and washing the headlights thoroughly, I have to make sure the headlights are completely dried up with no dirt, particles or any kind of debris on them. The dried up headlights should completely look hazy and foggy. This is an indication that you have done a very good job at sanding and cleaning up the surface. Now I will repeat the same steps on the other headlight, starting from washing, sanding, washing again, and of course moving on gradually to finer sandpaper grits, and at the end we have to make sure that we dry up the surface so well that it's again the result should be hazy and foggy headlights. After a couple of minutes of work, you can see that the headlights turn out to be significantly cleaner and the results are very satisfying. So the next step would be drying up the headlight again like the one previously done. I will have to do some remasking on this side again so that my body paint is not exposed. Now it's time to do some final touch-up cleaning so that we make sure that there is no droplets of water remaining before we start the clear coat process. I'm going to use a gloss finish aerosol clear coat. Now you can use any kind of clear coats you want as long as you trust the product. First of all, we start off by testing the spray. As long as it works, we're going to start off by spraying a first coat as a light coat on the headlight. Now remember to apply a very thin layer of clear coat as your base coat so that the surface absorbs the first layer of the clear coat that we spray on. I will be applying multiple layers of clear coat after some time. Now it's time for the second coat on the first headlight, and we'll start off by making sure to put again a thin layer of clear coat and let it dry for a while and repeat the same steps on the other side. After applying 3 to 4 layers of clear coat, I can see that the headlights are significantly clear, and this is the exact result that I was expecting. You can see a few patches on this side of the headlight, and this is an easy fix after polishing with the fine buffing. Now I'm going to remove all the masking from the car and give the body a good wipe down to see the final result. The final outcome of this restoration project is exactly what I expected. The headlights are very clean, and the classic wet sanding and clear coat method turns out to be the best method for me. Let me know in the comments down below, what do you think about the results? I will be posting new content in the upcoming weeks, including a fiberglass bumper repair kit. So make sure you go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next one.